The world watched closely as Donald Trump and Mark Carney met in the Oval Office. This wasn't just another handshake. It was a high-stakes showdown between two powerful leaders. The outcome would shape US-Canada relations and impact global politics. Global attention focused on Washington, D.C. The stakes were high. Both countries are top trading partners. Yet, their relationship has been strained by trade and climate disputes. Headlines broke about Trump's remarks in Carney's defense, marking a turning point. To understand why this meeting was so important, it helps to look back at the history of United States-Canada relations. These two countries share more than 5,500 miles of border, the world's longest undefended boundary. For over a century, they have been close allies, cooperating on defense, trade, and environmental protection. Yet, the relationship has not always been smooth. In recent years, tensions have grown. Disagreements over tariffs, energy policy, and climate action have tested the partnership. Trump's previous term saw heated disputes over the North American Free Trade Agreement, which was eventually replaced by the USMCA. Canada has often pushed back against what it sees as American overreach, defending its own interests and identity. Mark Carney's election as Prime Minister signaled a new era for Canada. A former central banker with international experience, Carney promised to stand up for Canadian values while maintaining strong cross-border ties. However, he faces an American counterpart known for his unpredictable style and tough negotiating tactics. This background set the stage for a meeting that would test both leaders' skills and could reshape the future of North American diplomacy. The atmosphere in the Oval Office was thick with anticipation. Reporters described the mood as tense but controlled, not openly hostile, yet far from friendly. Trump entered the room with his trademark confidence, determined to steer the conversation. Carney, calm but alert, was ready to defend his country's interests. The discussion quickly moved from formal greetings to tough topics. Trump opened by joking about making Canada the 51st United States state. While some in the room laughed nervously, it was clear the remark landed hard. Carney's face remained serious. The conversation, though managed with diplomatic language, revealed sharp disagreements beneath the surface. Tariffs were next on the agenda. Trump demanded concessions, arguing that United States industries needed protection from what he called unfair Canadian competition. Carney countered with facts, pointing out the value of free trade to both economies. The leaders exchanged numbers and statistics, each trying to claim the moral and economic high ground. The meeting ended without a dramatic walkout, but also without any handshake deals. As aides ushered reporters out, the tension lingered, signaling unresolved issues and a relationship in flux. Trump's joke about Canada becoming the 51st state was more than just a throwaway line. In diplomatic circles, even jokes carry weight. For Canadians, national identity is a point of pride, forged by history and a commitment to independence. Trump's remark touched a nerve, bringing issues of sovereignty to the forefront. "We value our friendship, but we stand on our own." The exchange became the meeting's defining moment, sparking debate about respect and what it means to be a good neighbor. Prime Minister Carney's reaction to Trump's annexation joke was swift and clear. "Canada is not for sale," he declared, his voice steady. The statement made headlines across Canada and was quickly picked up by international media. Carney's firm stand was meant to send a message: Canadian sovereignty is non-negotiable. After the meeting, Carney spoke to reporters outside the White House. He acknowledged Trump's unconventional style, but insisted that Canada would not be bullied or belittled. "We have deep respect for our American friends," Carney said, "but we are equals. Our partnership must be based on mutual respect, not threats or jokes about our independence." Observers noted Carney's balance of diplomacy and firmness. He avoided escalating the situation, but also refused to let Trump's words go unanswered. This approach won praise at home, where Canadians are, sensitive to perceived slights from their powerful neighbor. Social media buzzed with support for Carney's defense of national pride. For Carney, this moment was a test of leadership. By standing his ground, he reassured Canadians and set a tone for future dealings with Washington. Trade was the other major issue on the table. U.S. tariffs on Canadian goods, especially steel, aluminum, and lumber, have been a sore spot for years. Trump made it clear he expects more from Canada, pushing for changes he says would benefit American workers. "We need fair trade, not free trade," Trump insisted during the meeting. Carney pushed back, citing data that showed both countries benefit from open markets. In 2024, Canada exported over $350 billion in goods to the US, while importing nearly as much. More than 5 million American jobs depend on trade with Canada. Tariffs hurt families on both sides of the border, Carney argued, urging Trump to reconsider the penalties. Despite the back and forth, no agreement was reached. Trump refused to lift the tariffs, saying, "We'll see what happens at the G7." Carney left the meeting disappointed but resolved. "We'll keep working for a fair deal," he told Canadian reporters. Business leaders in both countries warned that continued tariffs could slow economic growth and damage industries. The unresolved trade fight means the next round of talks will be just as tough. For now, economic uncertainty hangs over both nations. The Trump-Carney showdown triggered strong reactions on both sides of the border. In Canada, headlines celebrated Carney's defense of national sovereignty. Public opinion polls showed a surge in support for the Prime Minister, with 68% of Canadians approving his handling of the meeting. Editorials praised his calm resolve in the face of Trump's provocations. In the United States, the response was more mixed. Trump's supporters cheered his tough stance on trade, arguing that American jobs should come first. Critics accused him of damaging relations with an important ally and using divisive rhetoric for political gain. Social media lit up with debate, memes, and clips from the meeting. Political analysts said the encounter could shape both leaders' fortunes. Carney's popularity rose, but he faces pressure to deliver on trade. Trump's base remains energized by his combative style, but business leaders worry about the cost of ongoing tariffs. How the public views this moment will influence future policy and the next round of diplomatic talks. To get a deeper perspective, CNN spoke with Dr. Lisa Chen, a professor of international relations at Georgetown University. She says the Trump-Carney meeting is a classic example of modern diplomacy, part negotiation, part performance. Every word, every gesture is carefully watched, not just by the other leader, but by the world, Dr. Chen explains. She notes that Trump's style is unusual but effective in some cases. He likes to unsettle his counterparts and force them to react. It's a way of gaining leverage. Carney's calm, measured response, she says, was the right approach. He didn't let himself get rattled. He defended his country without escalating the conflict. Dr. Chen warns that unresolved issues like tariffs and sovereignty can fester if not addressed. Diplomacy is about finding solutions, not just making statements. Both sides need to keep talking, even when it's difficult. She also emphasizes the role of public opinion. Leaders are always thinking about how their actions will play at home. Her advice: stay informed. Global politics affects us all, and understanding these encounters helps us make sense of a changing world. The Oval Office meeting between Donald Trump and Mark Carney was more than a political spectacle. It was a reminder of the delicate balance that shapes relations between nations, even among close allies. Issues of trade, national identity, and leadership style can quickly turn friendly talks into tense showdowns. For Canadians and Americans alike, the drama underscored the importance of paying attention to diplomacy. What happens behind closed doors impacts jobs, security, and the way people see their country on the world stage. Leaders may come and go, but the need for careful negotiation and mutual respect remains constant. As this story unfolds, one thing is clear: getting the facts from reliable sources is essential. Media outlets play a key role in helping the public understand what's at stake. By seeking out accurate news and thoughtful analysis, citizens can hold their leaders accountable and make informed choices. In a world where global events have local impacts, staying informed is not just smart, it's necessary. The next chapter in US-Canada relations will be written by both leaders and citizens who care enough to pay attention.